And a good Thursday evening to you. I am First Alert meteorologist David Ernst here with a weather update. Of course, we've been first alerting you to a cooler finish to this week, all week long, really. And now that weather is upon us, we've had a couple of rounds of showers and storms in northeastern Wisconsin. It's going to be turning cooler and breezy as we go through the night tonight and into your Friday. In fact, temperatures on Friday afternoon likely the coolest we have had since the middle of May. I'm forecasting a high of 63 and forecasting a low of 43 on Friday night. But northern areas likely get a little bit colder, might have some patchy frost for some areas north and west of the Fox Valley. But it's short-lived. A big warm-up is anticipated next week. If you're watching this on the WBAY TV2 page, please feel free to head over to my Facebook page, David Ernst, WBAY Meteorologist, so you can follow me there. And if you don't already have it on your mobile device, good idea to download the free WBAY First Alert weather app. When those storms approached earlier today, you could have tracked those with our interactive radar, and you get lightning alerts sent to your phone. That comes in handy anytime you've got outdoor events going on. We will see rain showers exiting the area for this evening. In fact, there's just a little bit of rain left over into Door County. That will be out over Lake Michigan within the half hour. And once that moves out, there won't be much else to move in. There will be the potential for a few light rain showers here or there overnight tonight. You can see a little bit of activity kind of fizzling out as it's dropping down past the Wausau, Stevens Point area, and another batch of rain well into northwestern Wisconsin that will follow a similar trajectory. But all in all, not a whole lot happening out there once this, again, batch of rain moves on out. We'll take a look at where temperatures are right now, at least compared to yesterday at this time, and pretty even around the Fox Valley. In fact, a few spots running a little warmer than yesterday. Tonight is not going to be the coldest night. Now, I do anticipate that temperatures will be a little bit cooler compared to earlier this morning when you wake up tomorrow. But right now, we're still holding in the middle 60s with some 50s across northern areas. It's going to be a big difference when you step outside on Friday afternoon, and you'll certainly notice that on Saturday morning as well. Let's take a look at the winds, see what they're doing right now, and then we'll build into the forecast with First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. But there won't be a whole lot to see on there, even though we do have a chance for some rain showers coming in on Friday. Anything we see Friday should be brief and relatively light. Winds have turned northerly across all of northeastern Wisconsin. Speeds are around 10, 15 miles per hour, and that should remain the case overnight tonight. Those winds may gust up to 20 or 25 miles per hour during your Friday, and that will certainly keep temperatures in check. So let's get into the forecast then. First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. We will pick it up through the evening hours here and work our way right on into the night. You can see a few little showers kind of fizzling out to the west. So you're looking at a mix of clouds and stars tonight. At times, skies will clear out and you will see some starlight peeking on through the clouds. Same goes for during the day tomorrow. There'll be some sunshine to be had at times, but other times, it might go mostly cloudy to overcast, and be watching for a few hit and miss type rain showers. But just as you see here on Predictor, the rain is not going to be very widespread. The more noticeable impact weather-wise tomorrow will be brought about by those winds and the cooler temperatures. So, you've got a 1 in 5 chance of getting stuck under a shower for a brief time tomorrow, but we're all dealing with those winds up around 15 miles per hour sustained and gusts to 20 or 25. It looks like any rain we see would be more so during the daytime hours, so, late morning through the late afternoon. By the evening, everything should be fading away and skies will be clearing out. So all in all, it looks like it should be a pretty decent night for Operation Football across northeastern Wisconsin, albeit a little on the cool side. We will see temperatures dropping down through the 50s over the course of the game action. But check these temperatures out as we head into your Saturday morning. So forecasting lower 40s around the Fox Cities, middle 40s lakeside. But as you start getting west and northwest of the Fox Valley, we bring in some middle and upper 30s. Now, for the most part, those temperatures not quite cold enough to support frost, but there may be some sheltered valleys or low-lying areas where that cold air can drain into. Any place that it tends to run typically cooler. Let's say you have a thermometer at your place and you always measure 2 or 3 degrees cooler than Anago or something like that. If you're at all concerned, you may want to think about covering up or bringing in any cold sensitive plants if you're at all concerned about that. Obviously, we're getting to a time of year where it won't be too long before you can't grow anything outside, but we're still into the growing season at this point. So again, if you're at all concerned about that, especially Friday night more so than Saturday night, might not be a bad idea to either bring any of those plants inside or cover them up. I think that Saturday night, even though it will still be cool with likely I'm going mid-40s around the Fox Valley, I think even our northern areas on Saturday night into Sunday morning will stay closer to 40 degrees. So I'm less concerned with frost as we get into Saturday night, Sunday morning, as compared to Friday night and into Saturday morning. It's going to be a breezy day at times tomorrow, but all in all, won't be too bad of a day. Winds at times could gust up to 20, 25 miles per hour. We will see temperatures tonight just a few degrees cooler than where they were yesterday morning, or I should say earlier this morning. So it's a mix of upper 40s and lower to middle 50s across northeastern Wisconsin, but with that as our starting point, again, we keep winds up around 15 miles per hour sustained all day long, and we just don't warm up that much. We'll see some northern areas likely staying in the 50s for highs, upper 50s there, lower half of the 60s for just about everybody else. As you start getting south of Fond du Lac and Sheboygan, perhaps you do get some mid and upper 60s, but still, this is going to be a cool day. In fact, let me see if I've got I had a quick little graphic that I made for the newscast, so just to show you an illustration for Green Bay. Now, everywhere else, maybe your numbers differ. I don't have the ability to do climate reports for every single location in our area. But here's my forecast for Green Bay. Friday's high 63, Saturday morning's low 43. The last time Green Bay had a high that was cooler than 63 degrees was May 14th. We were at 62, and that night, May 15th, the morning of, we had a low of 41 degrees, and that was the last time our low temperature was colder than what I am forecasting for Saturday morning. So we do certainly look at a little fall preview coming in for a couple of days, but as you saw off the top, Bill, good to see you on here. Nice evening to you. There's a quick warm-up in our forecast. So we will be well below average this week, and normal high would be in the middle 70s. 10, 12 degrees below that for Friday and Saturday, and then close to average on Sunday. In fact, I'll go ahead and update this graphic. The last time I had this graphic up, the average was 76, so we'll go ahead and bump the line down here and match that up with 75 just for accuracy's sake. But you'll notice that we don't spend much time at that average either. We go from running some 10 to 15 degrees below average to running at least 10 degrees or so above. So it won't take us long to warm back up. Sunday, our transitional day, and really the only average day that we have in the extended forecast. Next week, right back into the lower 80s, middle 80s, and compared to some guidance, that 86 there on Thursday might be conservative. I have seen some 90s showing up. In fact, let's go ahead. You won't be able to see this. I'll pull this up on a different computer that's not tied into this system, but just to see what our computer guidance is showing for next week. So we'll just go model by model here once my page loads up, and I'll just give you the recap. And again, I always use Green Bay as my forecast reference point. Typically, places like Oshkosh and Appleton, we're not too far off from each other. As you get to the north, high temperatures generally run about the same, maybe a degree or two cooler, degree or two warmer, depending on the conditions. And it's the low temperatures that will make a difference. I don't know why, but my internet is running kind of slow in here today. Here we go. All right, so the operational European weather model, just the main European model that we will reference on the air, has the high peaking on Wednesday, Thursday next week at 85 degrees. So that's not too far off from ordinary, but the American GFS, its counterpart, does show middle 80s Tuesday, Wednesday, 86, but then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 91, 94, 92. So the American weather model certainly bringing in the heat. When you look at the ensemble mean for the European suite, that is 50 weather models that kind of get averaged together. And they also show the warmest of this stretch in the Thursday through Saturday time frame next week, 86, 87, 86 for those days. The GFS Ensemble Camp, which is 30 models, that has the warmest of that stretch Wednesday through Saturday, 83, 85, 83, and 80. And then let's take a look at the National Center for Environmental Prediction average. It as well gets into the middle 80s. So 83 on Tuesday is what it has, 85 Wednesday, 86 Thursday, 84 Friday, 82 Saturday. So you get the idea here that even though it will be cool and fall-like this weekend, it is going to be back into that more summertime feel as we close out next week. So if you're a fan of the fall-like weather, hopefully the breeze isn't too bad tomorrow. Get out, enjoy it. Same goes for Saturday. Have fun in that little fall feel. Now, it will be feeling like that more permanently as we get deeper into September and into October. You know, those cooler temperatures have to stick around for good at some point. But if you are a fan of those summer conditions, well, then you just have to wait a couple of days, and we are right back into it. The humidity does look like it will follow a similar trend, although not necessarily as significant of a quick jump. So this is my dew point trend forecast. You'll notice that dew point comfortably in the lower and middle 40s through Sunday. And even as it starts to rise next week, the humidity, it's not going to get back into that territory we were a couple of weeks ago I believe it was last Monday. We had, or maybe it was Tuesday. I think it was Monday because the storms came in early on Tuesday. We had dew points that were mid-70s, upper 70s. That is just tropical, uncomfortable air. So even as the humidity starts to go up next week, maybe it feels slightly humid by Wednesday or Thursday, but it doesn't look like we're headed back into territory where, you know, if the air temperature is 88, the heat index is 98, and that's kind of where we were last week. So we will not be dealing with a repeat of that, but it is going to be warming back up towards the end of next week. And let's take a quick look here then at the 8 to 14 day temperature profile. You just saw the 7-day trend, which has us getting above average for much of next week. The week that follows is also likely to be well above average. So at least through the middle of September, it looks like we will keep that warmer weather going after tomorrow and Saturday. So we do have a couple of cool days to get through, and then one transitional day on Sunday, near average temperatures there, and right back into the 80s next week. Feeling at least somewhat comfortable Monday and Tuesday, maybe slightly humid by Wednesday and Thursday, but after that it looks like we kind of level off with high temperatures in the low to mid 80s and lows around 60 degrees. So all in all, not too bad of a forecast. Will be a little breezy, a little on the cool side tomorrow. If you will be taking in a high school football game, Operation Football Game of the Week is Xavier at Fox Valley Lutheran. Now, these temperatures are good for any games that are around the Fox Valley. We're looking at kickoff temperatures closer to 60 degrees and dropping into the low 50s with time. But if you are farther north, well, you can knock 5 to 10 degrees off of that temperature. So, maybe kickoff temperature is in the lower half of the 50s and you're in the 40s by the time those games are wrapping up. So it's definitely football weather. You want to bring a jacket along for that, but I would say you can leave the poncho at home for any evening activities on Friday. Looks like that spotty shower chance is going to peak during the mid-afternoon, and then we'll see those showers fading away with time into the evening. And after that rain chance on Friday, it looks very dry over the next 7 days. We will see a lot of sunshine, especially starting next week, and we'll get those temperatures in the 80s. We're coming up on 9:30 here. We got Action 2 News starting up in about 35 minutes, so I will go ahead and call it quits here. Don't see any additional comments, questions, or concerns in the Facebook feed, so I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Hopefully we'll see you here on Action 2 News, and I hope you have a great Friday, and if I don't talk to you tomorrow, have a nice weekend.